Well, you're welcome to the barber shop. You're welcome to the barber shop. Barber Shop Podcast. Greetings, salutations. Episode, I believe, Ryan Canada, this is number 197. Closing in hard on the magic.
Sounds about right. 200
episodes. It seems like yesterday we were just struggling out of our primordial ooze into the podcast world. And here we are on top of this seething mountain of a magnificent music and incredible people and the history and the story that has been to this date, Barbershop Podcast. It's great to see all of you out joining us on Twitch TV live every Wednesday as we do. And, of course, on YouTube or iTunes or wherever you might catch us on the internet after. It is, of course, Barbershop Podcast, broadcasting from Hamilton, Ontario, Boxo Studio in the shadow of the great Hamilton Mountain in the Golden Horseshoe, where we take ourselves very fortunate and also advantageous of the rich musical scene that is happening all around us. Another great example you're going to be privy to tonight. As usual, we've got Ryan Cannon and Gary Greenland bringing you the whole technical aspect of this show, bringing it from Boxo Studio to outer space, and then from outer space to your place of viewing, be it your smartphone, your tablet, your computer, wherever it is. You'll find Barbershop Podcast. Guys, how you doing? Good night tonight?
Excellent night tonight.
Yeah.
Always a good night.
Always a good night, especially when we've got a full-on rockin' and rollin' band. There's a little more work. I know you got to set it up to get that good sound out to the people, but it is always worth it. And you guys are going to enjoy tonight's show, because tonight we have a great band in. The Cat Kings are tonight's guests on Barbershop Podcast, playing that special brand of rock and roll, the golden era of rock and roll. It is the trinity of aggressive enough that men can drink to it, rhythmic enough that women can dance to it, and it is the story of your life, whether you know it or not. I'm going to introduce the fellas in the band. The Cat Kings consist of Mr. Kevin McQuade on guitar and lead vocals, and we've got Wayne Dagenais on keys tonight, helping out bring the sound nice and round. Rob Clark bringing the low and steady, heavy bass to the sound that, that's what really makes the girls dance. And Adam David on drums. And you got to have a TikTok Taylor. You've got a timekeeper who is kind and passionate when you've got a rock and roll band. Kevin, how you doing tonight?
Good. How are you today?
Really good. Let's talk about rock and roll. You are of a certain, all you gentlemen of a certain vintage, much like myself, who are privy to so many overlapping great generations of music, styles of music. You've obviously have an affinity, a lifetime love for rock and roll. Tell me about your early exposure and influence to rock and roll.
My brother, I had older brothers who were 15, 12, and 10 years older than I am, and they liked what we would call classic rock now, which was always kind of blues influenced. They loved Johnny Winter, things like that. And my oldest brother, he loved Chuck Berry, Bo Diddley, Little Richard, and he took me to see a movie called Let the Good Times Roll when I was about 9 years old, and it changed my life forever, and here I am. So that
was a game changer for sure, right?
Absolutely.
Adam, you've been a drummer of all sorts and all types, or are you an aficionado of any particular style over another?
I probably came to this style a little bit more recently. I was raised by parents who were jazz musicians, so I kind of closed my bedroom door to play rock and roll, so because the jazz world wouldn't tolerate it, but I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah, and I imagine it's like the beats, how important the drummer was when you listen to it. There wasn't a lot of the physical kit that there was before. It certainly required a certain dexterity and feel for the music, right? There you go. And let's see, Rob on bass. this is a style of music, as I was saying, that is such a danceable form of music. As a bass player, what kind of sets what you're doing here apart from, say, if you're playing blues or some other music?
I think it's just the drive, just that energy. It's not really that much different to me in terms of what I do, and just trying to keep the rhythm locked down and fun and danceable, as you say. And it's all roots, it's all connected, and it's just depending on who I'm playing with, just the energy's there, and it's just a pleasure to do.
Awesome. And Wayne, you said you kind of get called up when they want to get a little fancy and they want to put a little nice sprinkle on the top. You got to call the keyboard player, but you must love this music, right?
Yes, I've been playing what I call roots music for a long time, including country, R&B, a lot of blues. Kevin and I were talking on the way here. We were discussing the producer of the CD, Teddy Leonard, and commenting that the things we play in this kind of music are chops, if you will. They're applicable to all these great root styles. You just change a phrase, you change an accent, you change a little thing here and there, but a lot of the stuff we use in blues and R&B and country and this kind of music, it's quite interchangeable.
And let's talk about that. What rock and roll has been described as a cross between blues and country, and a number of root stylings. It kind of was geographical in nature, because this is where the radio stations overlapped, and there was young people who were taking what they were hearing and making basically a new music format with it. How do you describe your music when people ask, what kind of rock and roll do you play?
It's roots too. We play everything from R&B music, like soul ballads. We play rockabilly. We play straight blues. In blues, there's jump blues, and there's Chicago blues, and there's Delta blues, things of that nature. It's any kind of root style music is what we. I like the look of rockabilly. I like some of the things. This guitar is like Scotty Moore played this guitar, so I play it. But lots of swing and jump blues guys play this style of guitar and that. And
excellent.
It translates.
I think we've lost your clip on down into the hole of no return. So we get lots of scruffling and ruffling, and we've learned, instead of trying to soft talk it, get that thing out there so we can hear what people are saying. But you guys were rehearsing, or you were warming up, and the band is tight. I must say that you can tell any kind of, like, the rehearsals, the work that's been put into it shows. So you've been doing this for a while. Tell me about specifically the birth of this band, Kev.
This band, it was a strange way. It started about 5 years ago. The producer of our first record, The Winning Hand, was a guy named Martin Acoyne. He was a friend of mine. He's a great piano player who resided in Toronto. And he came to me. I went over to his house one day and I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "Oh, I was in the studio with these awful people." And he says, "I just wish I could find somebody who wrote decent songs." And I said to him, "Well, I write songs." And he says, "Really?" He says, "Well, play me a song you wrote." And his daughter had a shocking pink classical guitar, and I picked up that thing, and I think I played a song called "What You Gonna Do." That's on our first record, and I sat and played it for him, and we sat there and we wrote the bridge of the song right there while we were talking. And he says, "You got any more songs?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Come back tomorrow." And I came back tomorrow at about 10 or 11 songs, and within a week or two, we were in the recording studio recording our first record, and
Yeah, it's quite often that kind of meeting by saying something, somebody asking something, somebody saying something, and then the ball gets rolling, doesn't it?
Happen like that, So, yeah, it came about really fast, and then when I did this second record, I wanted to take a little more time and care, and it was 5 years between records, and it wasn't meant to be like that, but it happened to be like that, and I had lots of songs to come to the table with. We could go in the studio tomorrow with the songs we left over from this session and cut another record, right? So we'll just keep rolling on.
That's the attitude to have, and the proof is in the pudding. We're going to hear tracks from both the CDs, the one that was just released and the first one. But what we love to do here at Barbershop Podcast, what people love us for, is live music. We kick off with live music each and every week, all 197 weeks. We're going to do the same thing again tonight. So what is the first thing you're going to play for us tonight?
We're going to play the first song called When I Say Jump, that's on our new CD called Swinging in the Swamp.
Is there a story behind it, or is it
just jumps? I wanted to have an upbeat record, and jump blues is my favorite, one of my favorite things to play, and I just thought it's a good way to start. So.
We love jump blues here too at Barbershop Podcast. All right, you're in for a treat. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it right here, right now on barbershoppodcast.com.
All I ever do, ranting and a raving, baby, that's what I get from you. Something's gotta give, that's what I'm telling you. Fretting and a fussing, causing a big fight, ripping and a rustling, mama, why you wound so tight? Everything that's wrong, I got to make it right. When I say jump, you say hi. When I say jump, you say hi. You better get the step in, and I'll just gas high. Going good, man, it ain't no lie. I'm looking in the mirror, baby, I'm like some other guy. When you say jump, I don't say wide, I just gas. When you say jump, when you say jump, I better get to step in, and I just gas high. When you say jump, when you say jump, better get the step in, and I just can't.
And that's Cat Kings. They're here at Barbershop Podcast for your listening and viewing pleasure. Great job, guys. Jump Blues, Duke Robillard, Rockin' Highliners, like there's some great bands. Oh man, love those boys. They stayed here many a night years ago, and the theme song from tonight's show actually, Clayton Sample plays on that one. I had him in here, and exposed me to that, and how it was also at the time when the swing phase was kind of happening. People were being exposed to the kind of pageantry of what a big band sounds like. And I think it's bears to say in this day and age, when we're kind of going into the inside of a laptop and a lot of kids and people are viewing entertainment as that sort of thing, that going out and experiencing live music, it initiated a scene where people wanted to be seen. They wore outfits, they did their hair, they learned dances. It became something much more than just music. Is that part of the attraction of why you play this music?
Yeah, it's fun. There's dancing and girls. Yeah. There's great girls. Like you get there's nothing like playing to a full house and they're dancing, and it's you draw from the energy of the crowd and that. And Gene Hardy said, dress when you're playing a gig, dress like it's a special occasion, right? Yeah. So you see lots of great bands, and we're from Toronto, so we see lots of great bands from Toronto, and they dressed in flip-flops and Birkenstocks, and they're,
Never understood that.
Yeah, just...
Yeah, me neither.
And never understand it. I never will understand it
Yeah.
either. So.
Well, continue to do it because it definitely strikes an image and one that you back up extremely well. We're going to give a listen to some of the music you recorded. The first one is off of CD called The Winning Hand, and the song is called Lucky Streak. First, let's talk about making this record. Was it a painful, awful, terrible, expensive, brutal experience, or was it kind of all right?
There was some challenges, just with technological challenges in that, but it was good. There was some good songs on it. I didn't listen to it. I tend not to listen to the records after I do them, but I listened to it for, leading up to the making of the new record. I thought, man, that sounds pretty good. It was a good jumping off point, right? So.
Like to hear that. The song is called Lucky Streak. Is there a story behind that one, or it just had a nice sound to it?
It's just a fantasy of mine.
Yeah.
It's just a fantasy of mine to get on a winning streak in the casino, right? You know? I mean, not that I really don't gamble, so,
But it's great subject matter if you're going to write a song.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. I mean, I like it. I went to Vegas. I've been to Vegas quite a few times, and I just marvel at the people there who are just got bit by the fever and stuff like that. You see people losing 50, 100 grand in a matter of moments. It's shocking, right?
It really is. But we're all due for a lucky streak at one point or another.
One way or the other. Hey, if you're born in Canada, you're on a lucky streak. So
yeah, remember that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all lucky to be here.
You better believe it.
All right, here it is, Cat King's Lucky Streak on barbershoppodcast.com.
All righty then. One-eyed Jack's in the Queen of Spades. It's in the bag and I got it made. Take my paycheck for a week. Bet it all, I'm on a lucky streak. Gonna play that mean old numbers game. Won't bat an eye when they call my name. I'm light as touch whatever I seek. I'm getting hotter on a lucky streak. Broken mirrors in 13 days. Ain't let nothing get in my way. Give the earth to the meek. I win the rest on a lucky streak. Rolling seven times straight. Let it ride on a number 8. Living large and a lucky sleek. I'm on a roll, I'm on a lucky streak. Come on, Barber, play that thing. My turn. Handful of diamonds and it's all straight. Ain't holding no aces or 8s. No losing hands and not this week. I'm riding high on a lucky streak. Broken mirrors in 13 days. Ain't let nothing get in my way. Give the earth to the meek. I win the rest on a lucky streak. Yeah.
That's the Cat Kings. The CD is The Winning Hand. The song is Lucky Streak. And you're hearing them here tonight, Barbershop Podcast. Going to give a shout out to our great friends over at Hamilton Artists. They're here with us every week. And they've just moved and had a grand opening a couple days ago. They are now at 627 Main Street East here in Hamilton. That's just east of Sanford Avenue. You can't miss it. It's between Sanford and Burris. 289-396-1653. That's www.hamiltonartist.ca. New location, new store, and as always, they print anything on anything. They're committed to helping small businesses, artists, and musicians promote and market their business. And if you're a musician, you got to get the face, you got to get the name out, you have to have visibility, and you might want a backdrop. They can do that. You may want to have buttons. They can do that. Mugs, t-shirts, hoodies. They set us up here at Barbershop Podcast. You can get all kinds of Barbershop Podcast wear through hamiltonartist.ca. Just visit them at their website. Nothing is too big or too small. They'll vinyl wrap your whole damn business if you want. They are monsters. Great friends of ours at Barbershop Podcast. That's hamiltonartist.ca. All right.
Like guitar.
Yeah. The Cat Kings are our rock and roll entity that have joined us tonight, coming from the great city of Toronto. You're a second band from Toronto coming in here.
In 197
yeah,
shows,
197
shows.
shows. Yeah, only two from Toronto. We were trying not to, for a while, but then eventually it was like, all right. And not consciously. It was just people would get a hold of us and go, oh, do people outside of Hamilton watch this show? And people are like, oh, yeah, we're in Durham. We're here. We'll come. People would drive from, Woodstock or Windsor and to be on the show. And that's the great thing about the internet, where it's not so that it's not relevant because there's a geographical difference. Music is music. If someone from Glasgow picked up on this show magically tonight, this music resonates with them. The human story resonates with them. It's wonderful that something that can be viewed as a niche is in fact a global entity, and we are a little part of it. And here, broadcasting live in high definition and high fidelity worldwide. You would have told the 25-year-old me that would be a doable thing. I'd say you're fucked, But here we are. Here we are,
One of the biggest audience I've ever played to.
Exactly. And you'll never be younger, right? More attractive. It's like it's on the interweb forever. And when you're old and you say, come look at me, what I used to do.
Yeah, never be more attractive.
You'd still be doing it, I guess.
That's sad. That's sad.
The panties they throw at the stage at that point, though, they're quite large. All right, Cat Kings are in the house. They're playing music for me. They're playing music for you. You got another one you're going to do live for us. What are you going to do now?
We're going to do a song called B-flat Cat.
B-flat Cat. Well, is there a story associated with it?
It's just
sounded too
just
good.
Rockabilly. It's just about a guy with a cool car and plays in a great band and got a good hairdo and a gold suit and chicks dig him and you know. Another song, a fantasy of mine.
Yeah, that's
not the chicks, just the gold suit.
The gold lame suit.
God damn, wouldn't that be special?
There's still time. Still time. All right. Well, B-flat Cat, you're going to hear it from the Cat Kings. They're here on Barbershop Podcast, and they're right here, right now. BarbershopPodcast.com.
I won't tell you a story about a guy that I once knew. He wore a new coat suit and a big black pompadour. He stepped out that door, man, he bring a hall or two. He drove a top caddy all decked out in bed, with a blackout window and a plate that said Lunch Shack, with a red shag carpet and a solid gold bus flare. They said, hey, who's that? That B-flat Cat. Hey, who's that? That B-flat Cat. He's all this and that. Man, it's B-flat Cat. They swing and shake and make you clap your hands. When the joints start jumping, you know you just can't dance. Last time I saw him walking down the street, a girl on each arm, too damn by his feet. He's a real cool cat, you know you can't be beat. I said, hey, who's that? That big black cat. Hey, who's that? That big black cat. He's all this and that. Man, he's big black cat. I said, hey, who's that? That big black cat. Hey, who's that? That big black cat. He's all this and that. Man, he's big black cat.
So good. The Cat Kings here at Barbershop Podcast. They are killing it. B-flat Cat. If you want to go check them out, you guys got some shows in the near future that you want to.
Yes.
I'll let you chew on it and
Yeah,
get back to it.
I gotta think about that. I can't. There's too many things in my head right now.
I know, and it's the thing about this show. It's going to be on the internet forever. So we're going to have the links to the Cat Kings there. You go visit them on their website. If you like what you hear, it's like 1 or 2 steps away from owning that music. Get it, a couple tracks, get it, the whole CD, put it on your playlist. The feeling you had, you can feel that when you're stuck in traffic on the Don Valley Parkway. You can still shimmy your butt while you're sitting in your air-conditioned comfort. Or you can go out. You can go out to the club and you can cut a rug, have a good time. And we always say that music is incredibly important, and it is understated how important it is. We take it for granted, and it isn't until somebody goes to a live music show that it is similar to going to a religious revival. Hearing something, a televangelist on TV or a sermon on the radio is one thing, but going and being part of the crowd and feeling the power, being moved in the moment, that is what happens at a live music show. There is a circle of energy that happens between an audience and a musician that transcends the music. It is just basically math and science put into beer.
Don't
math
forget
and
the beer.
science and beer. So you can basically, when someone asks what you did, you said, wow, I went and did some math and science and chemistry all tonight. And in fact, if you go to a music show, you'll get that, and you have a good time. And don't wait till you're in a good mood to go out. Go out when you're in a shitty mood, because you come home in a good mood. That's the great thing about music. It transforms, and the band loves seeing somebody come in and lighten up. It really makes, because the bucks aren't always in there. The fame isn't always in there. There has to be satisfaction in doing your job. You do it well, and you can see it in the results of the way that people react, right?
Fun. Lots of fun.
It's fun.
You never have to grow up.
Yeah, that's what I always say. We're purveyors of fun. If I'm booking a show or playing a show or whatever, it's like I deal in fun. And I have no problem saying that. The world lusts for fun. I think we all need more fun in our life.
Less work, that's for sure.
We are funsters. All right, there is a new kid in town. There's a new CD, just a fresh one that's come out.
It came out.
Well, so Swinging in the Swamp. And that's where you're going to want to swing, right? So we talk about blues. Is there this one have a more of a swamp bluesy tinge to it that you feel was?
There's always swamp music. We always play swamp music.
And for the uninitiated, what swamp music, or the Swampers, or the
like
regional?
Tony Joe White and like that. Like I would think Tony Joe, like
Southern soul.
The muscle
Southern soul. Like
Yeah.
what's Pork Salad Annie is like the greatest swamp song ever written, right?
Right.
Slim Harpo. He probably got that from Slim Harpo. That was swamp music. There's.
Even CCR, who weren't from there.
for sure.
Born on the Bayou and stuff like that. I like to go a little further back than CCR, though.
No,
right?
but I mean, for a lot of the kids out today, that is ancient history, right?
Yeah.
Some of the most definitive swamp music there is Cajun.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Zydeco.
Yes,
If you want to talk about coming from the swamp.
Yeah.
That is the real swamp. That's the swamp they're all talking about.
Yes.
But it's a feel too, even when you've heard a swamp, it's just kind of this minor
Yeah.
slinky, greasy.
Yes.
Greasy, slinky.
Steamy.
Humid.
I think
and,
Kevin's included a scratch and sniff factor with this.
It is.
Yeah.
The swampier,
just-
the better.
Just at the live shows.
We're working on that.
How swampy are you? All right, the tune is, we're going to play. The first one is called Before I Found Him. Is this a religious song?
No, I saw a guy on TV. He was getting sent. He was on death row, and they were going to execute him. And he says, you know, like I'm not afraid to die. I've already found Jesus. And I thought, why couldn't you find Jesus before you murdered all those people? And that's basically what it's about. John Mays, the greatest blues and R&B singer in Canadian history, is on this song. A guy by the name of Ben Dagenais. Another great singer is also in the voices at the beginning, and this was a fun song to play.
Does John sing with?
John from Fathead. John's
Right.
from Fathead, and
Some people may know that band.
Yeah,
this
it was
isn't
great.
a Fathead podcast. This is a Cat
That's
Kings.
right.
We're not name checking
So
Fathead.
there's so much blues meat in Toronto. I'm going to share
I like
them over with
Fathead,
them.
but you know, no, I don't want them cutting my lawn.
Well,
Cut your swamp.
we'll let you be the judge of just how swampy and just how wonderful Before I Found Him is, because you're going to hear it from the Cat Kings right here on barbershoppodcast.com.
Gotta find me Jesus. Gotta find me Jesus. Gotta find me Jesus. 'Cause I'm lost and I'm all on my own. It was so long ago I was going through a stage. I shot a man dead in a drunken rage. Although I didn't know him, he was twice my age. The sheriff took me down and locked me in a cage. Well, the judge sat and stared for a long, long time. He asked me one question about my crime. How could I take a man who was in his prime? I asked myself the same thing all the time. Well, the preacher comes to see me almost every day. The Lord is gonna save me, gonna show me the way. I know you might judge me and call it a sin. I wish Jesus would have found me before I found him. Well, they wake me in the morning, serve me my last meal. The gods will just smile and ask me how it feels. The protesters praying, some are singing hymns. They'll all go home when the lights turn dim. Well, the preacher comes to see me almost every day. The Lord is gonna save me, gonna show me the way. I know you might judge me and call it a sin. I wish Jesus would have found me before I found him. Well, I'm strapped to the table and I'm scared as can be. I need someone to blame, but it's all on me. Well, they pulled back the curtain, I can see his wife. If Jesus would have
And that is the Cat Kings, the song being Before I Found Him, and that is off of their latest CD, Swingin' in the Swamp. They are a kick-ass band out of T.O. coming to visit us here in Hamilton. Proud, glad, happy to have you. Thank you so much for coming.
Here.
Pay the visit. Much respect for any working musician, especially someone who puts the fit and finish in it, as you gents obviously do. Going to play another live tune for us. What are you going to do for us next?
Do a song called Came from the Swamp.
Came from the Swamp, keeping with the swampish theme, which you know we got to love here on the Hammer. It's the Cat Kings. You're going to hear it right here, right now, live on barbershoppodcast.com.
I've been hearing stories ever since I was a child about the evil in the hollow, how it drives a grown man wild. Well, I hear my daddy whisper, he never cracked a smile, he never showed the fear, 'cause it never was his style. Noah told me something, chilled me to the bone. He warned me about the woods all around our home. He said, don't go too far, try not to roam, 'cause there's places out there where you should be alone. Late at night, I heard those screams. I couldn't tell if it's a real bad dream. You knew that evil when the natives down. My papa told me it came from the swamp. Not trying to scare you, but what I say is true. Well, there's something in the woods, it just might come for you. Well, I lost 2 hands and a cousin too. Keep your doors locked tight, 'cause it's coming for you. Late at night, I heard those screams. I couldn't tell if it's a real bad dream. You feel that evil when the natives down. My papa told me it came from the swamp.
And that's the Cat Kings bringing it to you. barbershoppodcast.com. I'm going to give a shout out to my wonderfully evil tax lady. And I say evil because she takes on the government and wins every year. They haven't got me yet. And they keep sending me money, so something must be going right. And they can go right for you. If you haven't done your taxes because you're a musician or because you're not a musician, she could do that for you. She will file it, and just one day it'll all be taken care of. And there'll probably be a nice check in your account. And it's easily done. You just have to get a hold of Heather over at Taxes Done Right. 905-529-6435. The contact's right there. You're looking at it right now on the page. If you tell them that you're a fan or if you're a client of Boxo Studio or you've been on the show, just mention my name. She's going to give you like a discount. Can't go wrong with that. Multiple years all stacked up. You know, receipts in a shoebox. No receipts in a shoebox. They take care of you. Taxes Done Right. Another great friend of Barbershop Podcast. And having relationships. Now, that guitar that someone just that you just played on that song, if you're going to do a song and you're going to do a slide guitar, you're going to do one in the flavor and in the feel of Mr. Ry Cooter. And as you told me, I'm sorry to call you halfway through it, but hold it up there for the folks so they can at least see it. It's a beautiful piece and it's got a story. You made that motherfucker, didn't you?
Studercaster.
Studercaster.
It's the Studercaster.
Studercaster.
$300 it cost me to make this guitar.
So it started out with a Stratish guitar.
Teddy Leonard, the producer of our record, had a guitar similar to this one, but cruder. So I called his the Crudercaster.
Nice.
And Ry Cooter had the Cootercaster,
Right.
and I'm
And those are
swinging, dude. This is the Dudercaster.
And that's a Filtertron and a P90? Or
No, that's a P90, vintage vibe P90, and a gold foil.
Gold foil.
A Tysco gold foil. $32 on eBay, I got that. And then I built another one and I paid $80. So I'm into, $56
Average,
each, And it's just unreal. And ever since I made that, I had to build a pick guard and we put a new neck on it. I even did the custom decal on it on Photoshop. And ever since I built this guitar and I played it, I just went, wow, this thing is fantastic. And there's a musician from Mississippi. I built another one, a red one, just to go with the band. And because I play in the open G and open D tunings, so instead of retuning, I tried to get the two guitars going. But Chris Gill, a musician from Mississippi, is going to come up the Southside Shuffle, and he's probably going to buy the red one off me.
Nice.
So, yeah, so.
Good for you when you're in the old age home. That's going to be what you do, sitting in the corner instead of whittling
I
and
would
making
like to
guitars.
think that. You can't make money on it. And I told everybody what they're worth, so it's hard to.
Yeah.
It's hard.
You can't go back now. You're committed to the whole
That's
thing.
like $1984, $300.
I do the same thing too. I hate to, but it's so true. Live music, recorded music. Music is good for you. Listen to it every day. If you find yourself in front of the TV or in front of the computer watching too much video, turn it off. Put on a record, a tape, or a CD. All the other crap that people would give CDs. A nice WAV file sure sounds good. If you've had a steady diet of MP3s, you put one of these things on, it sounds great. You put it in your car, it sounds great. Buy some music. Own it in a collection. I highly recommend buying real, organic music. You're going to play some of that stuff for us. What are you going to do now?
We're going to do a song called Poppin' at Party Time.
Well, I'm not even going to ask you what this one's about because clearly it's about popping at party time. And if we all haven't done it, we sure as hell want to. And I want to hear it. We're going to hear it right here, right now at barbershoppodcast.com.
Telephone ringing in my house, baby. It's ringing in your house too. You pick up that line, we're gonna have a good time. And here's what we gonna do. You get some records from your daddy's crib. We gonna have a time. You get your gals and I'll get my pals. And we'll get poppin' cause it's party time. Yeah, we're poppin' cause it's party time. Yeah, we're popping 'cause it's party time. And we're gonna do some dancing, have a real good time. We'll get popping 'cause it's party time. All we need is a phonograph, a jug of wine, and then we'll have a laugh. Everybody gonna look so fine, and we'll get poppin' 'cause it's party time. Yeah, we're poppin' 'cause it's party time. Yeah, we're poppin' 'cause it's party time. We're gonna do some dancing, have a real good time. We'll get poppin' 'cause it's party time.
That's Cat Kings. Having a good time right here at barbershoppodcast.com, where you have a good time each and every week. Few weeks away from the Magic 200 show. It's going to be a good one. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is going to be a good one. It's a surprise, and it's not because it's a surprise to me, because there's been a few of those shows, right down to the wire, because booking a show each and every week isn't always, people get sick and they get flus and colds and drop out, and it is, certainly something for my resume now, talent booker. If anyone, maybe I can get one of those gigs with Jimmy Fallon or something like that. Book his talent. Or I can get me I need some co-op students. That's what I need. Get them out there, teaching them the ropes about the music. Interns at the music.
The Home Depot.
The business. Cat Kings are our guest in the studio tonight. We're going to hear another sample off of the latest CD, the Swingin' in the Swamp CD. This one is Juke Joint Johnny.
Jimmy.
Joint Jimmy.
Juke Joint Jimmy. And I did this for you. We weren't going to play this one, but it's for you.
Spiritual matter, yeah.
Where are those?
That was a
students
Gary
now?
failure. Sometimes it's I'm reading it wrong, and it's my failure, and I blame Gary, but I get to write out and out. We get to whip him, Ryan. We have one we pass around, so we get to do beatings tonight on Gary.
Playing is key.
Jimmy, Johnny. This one is Jimmy. So Juke joint Jimmy.
Yeah.
And it's because it sounded good and it kind of laid itself.
Alliteration is fantastic in songs, but Jimmy Pettiford was a friend of mine, and his wife told me the story of how she met him in Grossman's Tavern. And he was wearing a shark skin suit, and he was just standing there, and the coolest looking dude you've ever saw, and could dance like fantastic. And I just thought, I never seen anyone like that in Grossman's. They're not coming to our gigs, right? Not that we play in Grossman's, but that was the story behind it. So
yeah, come for the sandwich, stay for Juke Joint Jimmy. You're going to hear it right here, right now. BarbershopPodcast.com. All right, a real song about a real man in a real sharkskin suit called Juke Joint Jimmy. And that's the Cat Kings, tonight's guest. A fantastic band, as you're obviously seeing. Follow them, look them up on the internet, support them, like them, go out and see them live. You had a quick word of advice to give to any young aspiring musician. What is, as a seasoned veteran, what is the one thing that you would, as a sensei, say to the young grasshopper in this business?
Play with your metronome all the time, make your time good, and don't play in every space.
Leave some gaps. What about, we'll put it around the room. What's the nugget that you're left with after your years in the business?
Learn to sing.
Yeah.
It's cost me a lot of gigs.
Yeah, singing was good.
You got to start at some point.
My friend Nickel Robertson wanted to start a Hamburg music course, and his first advice to the younger musicians was to be, get a driver's license.
Yes, that is so important. Oh my God. Yes. It make you much more employable at the very least. What do you got to say?
Well, for years I heard that no matter what kind of music you like, listen to the masters. Play your instrument as much as you can, and if you're in a band, really learn to listen to the rest of the band.
Yeah.
Remember that you're part of a team up there, and everybody contributes, and it's the overall sound that makes it worthwhile.
And it's kind of something in magic happens. We take for granted as musicians, but when you even sit up with people you've never played with before and you have to listen, something magical happens when everyone's listening and they're playing cohesively, and it's not necessarily a paint by numbers blues song that everyone can follow.
Find the
And yet,
groove, man. Find the groove.
and it's just you
It is magical. It is.
It is.
There's
It
nothing like that
transcends.
feeling.
It's like
Yeah. It's like that.
how is this
Yeah.
nonverbal communication happening in real time with flavor, right? It's not, you can't anticipate. It's not clumsy. It's real, and it's real magic, and it happens. Go check it out. All right, you're going to do something special for us. What do you got up for us now in the way of a live tune?
Will we get another one?
You got another one? No, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, you got to go out and see them
We
live.
can
You
do
got to
it.
go
No,
out.
let's do it.
Well,
We
I'm
can
on-
do a live tune.
Okay, I've got
Let's do Rocket in My Pocket.
I'm dismantled here.
You
I've got all
dismantle?
stuff.
You want to plug it back in?
Oh,
See,
I
I'm,
thought we were doing 4 and 4.
no, you probably are doing 4. But
We'll,
now I've
we'll
gone,
wait for you, Wayne.
I've gone and pulled the wild card and said, okay, they had 5, and I said no 4, and so they had
Look at 'em.
they had a shit can one, and then
I
like
just,
Wayne's already already gone. He's out the door.
It's just habit.
He's like the first one out,
I start
right?
pulling wires when we're done.
It's always.
No worries.
But I mean, as a keyboard player, I mean, it's sort of thing that you're carrying a lot of gear. And in the old days, you better hope that they had a piano at the place that you were coming in and playing.
Do
And
you
then,
want to do Rocket? Let's try another one. No?
What do you want to do?
Rocket.
What
I
do you
kind of
want-
get screwed. Rocket is it's one I'm a little bit.
No, you're pretty good.
you're good.
good at it.
You're good.
We open
maybe I'm
this.
thinking-
We open this. We like open all our shows. We
Yeah.
used to open.
Okay, no, it's all right. I was thinking
See,
of something else.
He was thinking
Yeah.
of something else. It was the Russian rocket.
Yeah, we do it like this. Jimmy Lloyd. It's an old chestnut of Jimmy Lloyd.
An old chestnut. And we pulled it out right here. Like no one was expecting it, and you're getting it.
Just
right.
get to it, Kevin.
Yeah, well, I'm going to introduce it.
Okay.
You're going to hear what's it called?
Rocket in My Pocket.
Rocket in My Pocket, barbershoppodcast.com.
Here we You're just squealing. I got a rocket in my pocket and a roll in my wall. Baby, don't you bug me with a no ponytail. There ain't nothing you can tell me I don't already know. I got the rocket in my pocket and I'm ready to go. Yeah. Well, let's go someplace where we can rock a bit. I got the rocket in my pocket and the fuse to let y'all. Well, 2 and 1's polish, 3 and 1's oil. It takes a lot of lipstick to make a bad blood boil. I didn't come in a list and so cut and see. I got the rocket in my pocket and a roll in my jeans. Well, let's go someplace where we can rock a bit. I got the rocket in my pocket and the fuse to let y'all. Light it up, man, you light it up. in my jeans. Well, let's go someplace where we can rock a bit. I got the rocket in my pocket and the food to let y'all. Light it up, we stay on the one, come on.
Better believe I got one. Rocket in my pocket after a song like that, after a show like that. So fantastic. Each and every week. Thank you guys so much for coming in and joining us tonight. Impromptu pulling that live one out, replacing. This is great. You can listen to them all the time. You can put it in your car, but go check them out. Live music. Fantastic.
Playing in Burlington.
Yeah, in Burlington.
Burlington at the Tin Cup, November 19th.
Yes.
And we're playing in Oakville at the Tin Cup, December 10th.
December 10th?
It all came back.
It all came
Oshawa
back.
too, isn't it?
We're in Hamilton, man. They're not. They don't go past Mississauga sometimes if they live in Hamilton. Burlington and Oakville are on the right side of the world for them.
On the right side. And we're worldwide. And if you are somewhere in the world, you love this band, chase them down. Make them your favorite. Turn on your whole neighborhood, your whole town, maybe even your whole country to the Cat Kings. Thanks, guys, for coming in. For Ryan Cannon and Gary Greenland, I'm your host, Kevin Barber. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next week on BarbershopPodcast.com.
Come on, baby, won't you let me